Yan, pwede na 16 na tayo. Ano? So, next is Henry's law. Henry's law states that yung vapor pressure is directly proportional dun sa mole fraction. No? P sub A is equals to H x A. Yung H, that's the Henry's law constant. No? Sabi ng Henry's law. H is the Henry's law constant. So most probably nakuha nyo na rin ito nung high school kayo, no? Sa chemistry. So sa Gen Chem, may Gen Chem pa ba kayo ngayon? Yung college na kayo? O kaya sa PChem, hindi naman siguro bagong-bago sa inyo yung Henry's law. So ang example nito, 'di ba, yung soft drinks, yung soda. So para, 'di ba, kasi yung soda kaya kakaiba yung lasa niya, yung soft drinks kaya kakaiba yung lasa niya kasi merong dissolved carbon dioxide. So in order for you to dissolve carbon dioxide in water, kailangan merong mataas na pressure ng carbon dioxide over the liquid. So that's why pag nag-open kayo ng soft drinks, 'di ba, merong hissing sound, no? Sumisingaw. So 'yun, carbon dioxide 'yun, ano? So para halimbawa magkaroon kayo ng, halimbawa gusto niyo magkaroon ng 0.01 mole fraction of carbon dioxide, dapat mataas yung pressure niyo sa sa over water ng carbon dioxide. Ganun yung Henry's law, ano? Okay, so do you have any question regarding Henry's law? So let's try to solve a problem. Of course, this is still sa solution pa rin to, ano? Sa solution pa rin. Yung Reolt's law, limiting law to parehas yung Reolt's law at saka yung Henry's law, kung natatandaan niyo pa. Yung Reolt's law, generally it holds pag yung x sub a nyo approaches 1, no? Ganon. Ito namang Henry's law, generally it holds pag yung x sub a approaches 0. Magkabaliktad sila ng ng application, ano? So pag mababa yung x sub a, Henry's law. Pag mataas ang x sub a, Reolt's law, no? Ganun yan. Tapos pag sinabing ideal solution, it follows the Reolt's law. Okay? So if you want to specify na it follows the Henry's law, you need to state na it follows the Henry's law. Let me put that into writing, So this is valid generally, okay, when x sub a approaches 0. Or question? Do you have any question? Okay. So if you don't have any question, let's proceed. Let's solve example 10.2. Assuming that carbonated water contains only carbon dioxide and water. This is the classic example. Kahit kay Atkins, ito rin yung ginagamit niya ng carbon dioxide and water. Because you're very familiar with soft drinks. Soft drinks is carbon dioxide and water. Determine the composition of the vapor and liquid phases in a sealed can of soda and the pressure exerted on the can at 10 degrees Celsius. So, halimbawa, nasa rep yung soda. Yung mga ganyan yung temperature, 10 degrees Celsius. So, Henry's constant CO2 in water at 10 degrees Celsius is about 990 bar. No? So, you are asked to determine the composition of the vapor and the liquid phase. So, parang pinapahanap sa inyo ay halimbawa x1 at saka x2, So when you say x1 and y1, that would be itong x1 halimbawa at saka y1, halimbawa pinapahanap sa inyo. This is the same as, kasi 'di ba ang carbon dioxide is 1. This is the same as xCO2 at saka yCO2. Okay? Remember, we're dealing here with solutions kasi nga solution thermodynamics. Question? Do you have any question? So in order to solve this problem, ang gagawin muna natin, mag-a-assume muna tayo kasi medyo kulang yung given, 'Di ba? Remember, Henry's law is halimbawa P sub A is equals to H times X sub A. So ang given lang sa atin, Henry's law constant, itong 990. Numbers, tsaka itong 10 degrees Celsius. Wala nang iba. So, pag tinignan niyo yung Henry's Law, wala kayo nito, dalawa yung wala. Ito lang yung meron, ano? Ito lang yung meron. So, you really need to assume some value. So, halimbawa, sa solution kay Banes, ang ginawa niya, nag-assume siya ng x1. So, halimbawa, if x1 is equals to 0.01, okay, we're going to calculate PCO2 or P1, di ba? Ganun. Tapos pag may P1 na tayo, we'll be calculating P2. How do we calculate P2? Kasi given yung 10 degrees Celsius, ano? So gagamitin natin yung steam table to determine P2. Ano? So kung ang X1 ay 0.01, ano ang X2? Kasi dalawa lang naman tayo, ano? Assuming that carbonated water contains only carbon dioxide and water. Itong X2, ito yung XH2O. So anong X2? Lalay. Anong X2? Kung ang X1 ay 0.01, ang X2, which is XH2O is
0.99 po.
0.99. Na? So yun, yung composition ng liquid phase, ito na yan, nakita na natin, ano, 0.01 tsaka 0.99. Yung Y1, hanapin natin, ano? So, basically, in order to find Y1, this is basically equal to P1 divided by P. So, P1, this is PA. No, PA yan, o PCO2. PCO2 lang yan. Divided by the total pressure. Yung PCO2 naman, i-multiply nyo lang itong 990 dito sa 0.01. Nakukuha nyo na yung PCO2. Yung P na lang. Yung P naman, this is equal to P1 plus P2. Di ba? Ang P is equals to P1 plus P2. And this is PCO2 plus PH2O. Tama? So we have this. Ito na lang yung solve natin. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung PH2O, equal lamang yan sa P, what do you want to use? P star? O kasi nasanay ako sa P star. P star H2O. Ito galing to sa steam table. Times X H2O or X2. Ano? And then, yun. Babalikan niyo lamang. So let's do that. So clear ko na lang muna, ano, in-explain ko lang naman sa inyo kung paano natin solve. So solve muna natin yung PCO2. So, PCO2 is H times XCO2. So since we have assumed that XCO2 is equals to 0.01, so PCO2 is 990 bar. Ito ano? Given to. Times 0.01. What do you have? How much is PCO2 in bar? Let's get your calculator. 990 times 0.01. We're going to get something like 9.9 bar, ano? It's 9.9 bar. Tapos, next, let's try to find yung H2O. Ano? Yun munang ano. So, gagamit tayo ng steam table. So, at 10 degrees Celsius, kung may steam table kayo, gamitin nyo, no? Using the steam table. You're supposed to find P star H2O. So, using the steam table, madali lang naman yan, dalawang column lang, isa temperature, isa pressure. So, pag yung banis yung ginamit nyo, merong English, merong SI. So, kasi ito degree Celsius, so doon kayo sa SI. Ano? So, P star H2O is, you're supposed to get something like 1.227 kPa. Ano? you're supposed to get 1.227 kilopascal. Kaya lang, bar tayo. So you need to convert this to bar, no? So ang P star H2O natin, convert natin sa bar. This is the same as 1.227 times 10 to the 3 kasi di ba K is 10 to the 3 pascal. Tapos for every 1 bar there are 100,000 pascal. Of course you can convert this faster, no? Ito na lang yung ginawa ko para mas malinaw siya. So if we're going to use a calculator, you're supposed to get P star H2O is equals to 0.01227, Okay, bar. Let's calculate pH2O. Anong formula ng pH2O? Using the gamit tayo ng, syempre wala naman tayong Henry's law constant at saka mataas yung natin, yung pH2O natin 0.99, di ba? Remember ang ating XH2O, kung 0.01 yung H2O natin ay 0.99. So mas valid dito yung yung Reynolds law. So Reynolds law yung gagamitin natin dito. Hindi Henry's law sa pagka-calculate ng pH2O. So this is P star H2O times XH2O. Do you have any question? So P star H2O is 0.01227 bar times 0.99. This will give you the pH2O. From here, nakikita nyo na, Nakikita nyo how we're going to solve Y1 o Y2. So, 0.01227. Dapat na-imagine nyo na yan kung paano. 0.0121. 0.0121 bar. Liit lang Okay, so from here, you can calculate P total. Ano pa P total? Ito, add nyo lang itong dalawa. No? So P is, add nyo yung dalawa. So it will be 9.9121. No? Bar. Okay? So Y, bawa Y1. Y1 is simply equal to this one, 9.9 divided by 9.9121. Bakit? At ganito. Kasi di ba Y1 is PCO2 divided by P. So ilan yan? Mga Y1, therefore Y1. Mag-notes kayo ha, para may aaralin kayo. Kasi pag, albawa, may video naman, papanoorin ko na lang yung video pag mag-aaral. Ang bagal. Mas mabilis sa note, mas efficient ang notes. Kasi iaano-ano pa yan, ihahanap-hanapin mo pa. Pag may lag pa internet mo, di ba? Matagal pa. Kaya I suggest mag-notes kayo. Mas hindi pa kayo maiinip pag mag-notes kayo. Aantukin kayo pag hindi kayo nag-notes, wala kayong calculator. Pag nanonood lang kayo. Kasi hindi naman talaga siya entertaining. Hindi kayo nanonood ng Netflix eh. It's trabaho to, mga iho, mga iha, trabaho, no? Para soon kumita kayo ng pera. Ganun yan, ano? Investment phase kayo ngayon. You really need to accept the system, how it works, ano? You need to go to school, you need to graduate, enter a job so that you can earn money. So, sabihin na natin, ninegosyo na lang ako. Huwag ka na pumunta ng school, huwag ka na mag-earn ng degree, magnegosyo ka na, diretso. Ganun lang naman kasimple. Pero kung, ang negosyo kasi sugal eh, no? Sometimes okay, sometimes hindi. Pero, kung gusto mo yung, although hindi ganun kalaki yung sweldo nyo buwan-buwan, pero at least mas malaki yung probability na sa sweldo kayo. Parang ganun lang naman yun. Question regarding Y1? And then X1 is this one, 0.01. Do you have any question regarding this problem? Nakita nyo kung paano sinasolve?
Sir, question lang po. Paano po ulit to yung 9.9121?
I added P Itong 0.9.121 is P is equals to P1 plus P2. Ano? So this is simply ano, P CO2 plus PH2O. Ganun.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
So, yun, 9.9 plus itong ano, plus itong nasa baba. Ito. Itong, saan ba yan? Walang relationship yung X1, Y1. Kung nakita niyo yung graph kanina, ano? Ano bang relationship? Meron yung relationship sa P6, sa PChem, ano? Na may formula, pero magkalapit. Ang question mo kasi magkalapit. Medyo magkalapit. Medyo parang directly proportional naman sila. Pag tumataas yung X1, tumataas din yung Y1. Ganun. Ito. Ito yung inad ko doon sa ano, 0.0121. Ito yung inad ko doon sa 9.9. Okay. So what else? Ganitong araw na lang tayo magkukulab, magsusuma habang hindi pa naayos yung collab. Thursday. Kasi yung Tuesday masyadong busy ako ng Monday, hindi ko na kayang mag-solve ng problem sa gabi. So Thursday na lang tayo magsusum. Thursday ng 8:30. Matatapos naman natin 'to. If you don't have any question, let's proceed. Okay, so modified Riol's law. Ito yung ano, actually parang review din lang to ng PChem. I hope na naabutan niyo sa PChem ang mga topics na to. So ang modified Riol's law, ito yung merong activity concept. Do you remember activity? So study shows na yung actual concentration pag ginamit niyo yung X sub A, pag ginamit niyo yung Riol's law, may error. So para mas maging accurate, ang ginawa nila, they use a coefficient, and then they call it the activity coefficient. So basically, yung activity coefficient, ito yung relationship. Ito yung relationship niyan. So you multiply a constant, this is your gamma. So gamma is the activity coefficient. So tandaan niyo lang palaging yung gamma palaging kasama ni X. Yan. Ito yung formula na to. Yung gamma laging kasama ni X. A sub I is the activity of the I component. Okay? So this is the gamma I, or gamma I. This is the activity coefficient. And then, yung modified Riol's law, P sub I is equals to P sub I times A sub I. Or in other words, this is P sub I times X sub I times gamma. Or gamma I. Do you have any question regarding modified Riol's law? Or this is the activity concept? Any question? So nadagdagan lang tayo ng isang correction factor. Kasi nga, di ba, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, ang Riol's law, limiting law. Totoo siya pag mataas ang Riol's law, totoo siya if XA approaches 1. So in between, 'di ba yung Henry's law naman pag mababa ang X sub A, if X sub A approaches 0. So in between, nagkakaroon na ng error yung dalawa, yung Riol's law at saka yung Henry's law. So that's why we introduce the activity concept. So activity concept, gumagamit tayo ng correction factor. Meron tayong gamma. This is the activity coefficient. Question? Review pa rin lang to ng PChem ha. Sana naabot ito sa PChem. Pero kung hindi, madali lang naman. Kaya nyo to. Huwag mag-alala. Here is our problem. Here's our problem. For the system methanol 1, number 1, and then methyl acetate, number 2, the following equation provide a reasonable correlation for the activity coefficient. So ln gamma 1 is equals to AX2 squared. And then ln gamma 2, ito yung binabasa ko, ln gamma 2, is equals to AX1 squared, where A is equals to 2.771 minus 0.00523 times T. T is the temperature. So basically may given temperature dito sa baba. So T is equals to 318.15 Kelvin. So basically, substitute mo lang dito yung temperature. Tapos solve mo yung A. Pag na-solve mo yung A, pag meron na ditong A, you can calculate gamma, ano? Kasi meron din given na x1. X1 is 0.25. So pag x1 is 0.25, x2 is 0.75. Dalawa lang naman kasi sila. Methanol at saka methyl acetate, di ba? So if you will imagine, you can easily find gamma 1 and gamma 2, yung activity coefficients. No? So syempre pag meron na kayong gamma 1, gamma 2, solvable na yung problem. So these are the Antoine's equation. So this will give you the P1 sat and P2 sat. Substitute nyo lang yung temperature dito. T is in Kelvin, where T is in Kelvin. So ito yun, substitute nyo lang doon. So makakalculate nyo yung P1 sat at saka P2 sat. Okay? Tapos, the question is you need to calculate the total pressure. So total pressure is P1 and P2. So gagamitin nyo lang yung modified Reynolds law. Ang modified Reynolds law ay P1 is equals to ano? P1 sat times gamma 1 times x1. Diba? Ganun lang naman. Ano? So, the same with P2 sat. P2 is P2 sat. Sorry, P2 sat gamma 2 x2. And then P is equals to P1 plus P2. Do you have any question on how to solve this problem? Na-imagine nyo paano? Madali lang naman, ano? Yun yung pinapahanap, P. And what about y1? Paano sa solve ang y1? So y1 is simply equal to P1 divided by P. Kamukha din lang ang ginawa natin kanina. Yun nga lang, as you can see, may bago tayong number. May activity coefficient tayo. Yun lang naman yung bago sa example 10.3. Question? You have any question? So let's try to solve this one. So first, let's calculate A. So in order to calculate A, this one, substitute nyo lang yung temperature dito. So ang temperature natin ay 318.15. 2.771. Pindutin nyo lang po sa calculator nyo. Kaya nyo naman, nanonood ng video, nagno-note, nagka-calculator, kaya nyo 318.15. Tiniintindi pa ang sinasabi ko. Ano? Ayun yan, bata pa naman kayo. Mabilis pa lahat. Reflexes nyo, energy nyo, mataas pa. Okay? You're supposed to get 1.107. Tama? A. You're supposed to find A is equals to 1.107. Tapos substitute dito, ano? To find gamma 1. So ln, gamma 1, ang A is 1.107. Tapos ang x2 natin, kasi 0.25 right here. So 0.75, ano? Squared. And then you're supposed to get gamma 1. So use your calculator to find gamma 1. $1.864. This one, dito ko sa solve na taas. Ano? Yun namang gamma 2, ln gamma 2, 1.107. The same A, ano? This one. Times 0.25 squared. So, you're supposed to get gamma 2. Sabihin nyo lang pag may mali, message nyo ako. Siyempre, nagkakamali din naman ako. Hindi nagkakamali. 1.072. Tama? You agree? 1.072 ang gamit. 1.072. Do you agree? So let's calculate P1. SAT. Ito tayo. So basically, gagawin lang natin, sa substitute lang natin itong 318.15. Ano? So, punta nyo lamang ito ng 318.15. Dali lang naman, di ba? I hope you can follow. Dapat syempre alam niyo paano pindutin sa calculator. Ano? I'm getting 44.51 kPa. This one, this two, P2 sat. Let's calculate P2 sat. Replace this with 318.15. $65.64, ano? May note, may message. Yep, very good. Pio. Okay. So now let's try to calculate P. Anong formula natin ng P? Total pressure. P is equals to P1 plus P2. Di ba? Tapos yung P1 natin ay P1 sat times gamma 1 times x1. Yung P2 sat naman, yung P2 naman ay P2 sat times gamma 1 gamma 2 times x2. So just substitute everything. Nandito na lahat yan, di ba? So substitute na lang. So let's calculate P. So P1 sat 44.51 and then gamma 1 ito 1.864. O kung gusto niyo calculate niyo muna yung P1 tapos calculate niyo yung P2, pwede rin, ano? Tapos yung x1 0.25. Sundan. Tapos ito 65.64 yung P2 sat. Yung gamma 2 ay 1.1 point ano? Ito pala yun. Gamma 2, 1.072. Tapos 0.75. Okay lang? We have another, ayun. Yep, that's correct. 73.5. Ano? That's correct. You should get something like 73.5. kPa. Very good. See? Tama. Nakalagay naman kung ilang ano, 'di ba? Kung ilang decimal, kung ilang significant figure sa exam. Saka naka-specified naman kung ilang units. So kung minsan nagkakaproblema lang talaga dun sa ano, dun sa last digit. So ang convention ng BBL pag add 1. Ganun yung rounding up ano. Halimbawa, 5.75 round up to 1 decimal place. Pag 5.75 kasi add yung 7 yung add. So yung ang proper nun is 5.8. Ganun yun, sundan niyo lang yun. So syempre pag hindi add, pag even, you retain. Ganun yung convention ni BBL. Ano? Okay, so let's try. This is your P. Let's try to calculate for Y1. Let's try Y1. Kung Y1 naman, Y1 is simply P1 over P. So, ito ano, 44.51. Ito, 44.51, 1.864, tsaka 0.25. Divided by 73.5. Ano? So, 44.51 times 1.864 times 0.25 divided by 73.5. So something like, how much do you get? .28, ano? Y1 is 0.28. So do you have any questions regarding this problem? Madali lang naman, ano? Let me check. Ito, solution ata. So, 73.5 at saka 0.28. Do you have any question? Nasa power, no question. Wala. Okay, so, let's proceed. So, ayan, 0.28 yung Y1. Ito yung solution sa libro. Tapos 73.5 yung P. Ganun lang naman kadali. So that is modified Reals law, yung activity concept. So basta tatandaan nyo, para maging stock knowledge yun, kasi you have activity is equals to gamma times X. Yung gamma, yung activity coefficient, palaging kasama ni X. Ha? Yan yung mnemonics dyan. Yung gamma, palaging kasama ni X. Simple lang naman yun. Isipin nyo, simple lang siya, di ba? Activity is equals to gamma times X. X is the mole fraction. A is activity. So, ganun lang yun. So, basically, ang mangyayari sa Reals law is P sub A is equals to P sub A star times A sub I times X sub I. Nadagdagan lang tayo ng gamma. Okay, so sana maging stock knowledge nyo, ha? Okay, so next concept is equilibrium ratio K. So, ginagamit ito sa distillation. Sa Chicalt, medyo kasama to sa syllabus ng Chicalt na dapat na-encounter yun na rin to. At saka sa 1, 2, 3P. Ano ba? Sa 1, 2, 3P meron na. Hindi ko na matandaan kung meron. Hindi, parang wala pa naman ata. So dito natin gagamitin. Anyway. So basta ang equilibrium ratio K, ang kanyang definition is Y sub I divided by X sub I. Yung sinolve natin kanina, di ba? Nagsosolve tayo ng Y1 tapos nag-assume tayo ng X1. So yun, pag kinuha nyo yung ratio ng Y1 at saka X1, ang tawag doon, equilibrium ratio, K. So meron tong mga figures sa handbook natin wherein you can get the value of K. So, halimbawa, in-assume natin na valid ang Reals law. Kung valid ang Reals law, di ba ang Reals law, this one, di ba sabi ng Reals law, P sub I is equals to P sub I star times X sub I. No? So, pag in-isolate natin yung X sub I, P sub I divided by P sub I star. Diba? Tapos yung definition natin ng Y sub I, di ba meron tayong definition ng Y sub I pag ideal, valid ang ideal gas, meron tayong P sub I divided by P. So if you're going to substitute, this is equation 1, and then this is equation 2, dito, you're going to get something like P sub I divided by P divided by P sub I divided by P sub I star. So magka-cancel to. So that's why K, if Reals law holds, is P sub I star divided by P. Ito. No? Question? Pag naman sa activity, pag sa activity, di ba, pag activity, pag modified Reals law, pag modified Reals law, ang mangyayari, yung X sub I, papalitan natin ng gamma I, A sub I. Okay? So, ang mangyayari dyan, so P sub I, if we have modified Reals law, P sub I is equals to P sub I star times gamma I. Tapos A sub I. Okay? So, basically, ang hahanapin natin yung A sub I. A sub I is equals to P sub I divided by P sub I star gamma I. Ganyan, So pag modified Reals law, ang definition natin ng K, hindi na YI AI na. Yun. Kaya ito na yung substitute natin doon. So pag sinubstitute nyo dito to, yung Y sub I, ito pa rin yung value niya. No? This one will become, ito na modified modified Reals law. Yung sa taas, numerator natin P sub I over P pa rin, pero yung sa baba niya, ito na. ito na yung value natin. P sub I divided by P sub I star times gamma I. So magka-cancel pa rin to. Cancel pa rin yan. Pero yung ito yung nasa numerator niya, ano? P sub I star times gamma I divided by P. Ito. Do you agree? Nasundan ba lahat ng derivation? Nasundan nyo? So actually, ito yung gagamitin natin. Mas gagamitin natin to. Ano? Mas gagamitin natin to. So kung hindi nyo ito masyado naintindihan, okay lang. No? So ito lang muna yung gagamitin. Kasi medyo complicated na ito pag ito yung ginamit. Generally sa mga problems, ito lang naman yung ginagamit natin. Yung we're going to calculate K using P sub I star divided by P. Usually yun yung given sa problem. Ano? So kaya naman, kung meron din namang problems, na maghahanap tayo sa using the handbook, hanapin natin yung value ng K. Meron din ganun. Ano, usually itong dalawa yung problem. Hindi man ako nakaka-encounter ng ganito. So dinerive lang natin yung formula. So let's take a look at the example problem. Tapos this is obvious, ano? Summation of y sub I is equals to 1. Pag sinam mo yung lahat ng mole fraction, di ba? Syempre 1 yung lalabas nun. And since K is equals to y sub I divided by x sub I, y sub I is equals to K times x sub I. So therefore, the summation of K times x sub I is also equal to 1. Di ba? Tama? Kung valid to, valid din to. Kasi ganito yan, di ba? 1, 2, so valid din to. And then, next is summation of x sub I is equals to 1. This is given. This is obvious. Diba? This is obvious. That's the definition of mole fraction. Kasi nga, kaya nga fraction. So, ang sum ng lahat ng fraction is equals to 1. So, syempre, gagamitin din natin yung number 1. K is equals to y sub I over x sub I. So, ang y sub I, ang ano naman, isolate natin yung x sub I. Diba? Ang x sub I is equals to y sub I divided by K. So, ang summation ng y sub I over K is equals to 1. Question? Regarding the justification of these equations? So, gagamitin natin yan later sa pag-solve ng problem. Itong mga equation na to. Ito yung figure sa you need to do some adjustment here, lalo na pag hindi 8th edition ng libro nyo. So, you can find this figure on page 10, chapter 13. Chapter 13 is distillation. You can find this figure. This is the K values. So basically, kailangan nyo ng pressure at saka temperature. So basically, tapos hanapin nyo lang kung ano yung substance and then you will find the value of K. Ganun, You can read the value of K from here. This is pressure in PSI. This is temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Tapos ito yung mga pangalan ng substance. Take a look at around 13-10. Page 13-10 of the 8th edition. Kung nasa 9 kayo, meron din siguro yan. So basically, you just draw a line. Just draw a line. Kung given yung temperature at saka pressure, tapos halimbawa, yung substance nyo ay ethane. So, yun. Ito yung magiging niya, K value. This is the K value figure. Ganun lang. Okay, example 10.4. For a mixture of 10 mole % methane, 20 mole % ethane, and 70 mole % propane at 50 degrees Fahrenheit, determine the dew point pressure. Letter B, determine the bubble point pressure. So pag sinabing dew point, ibig sabihin, lahat ng substance nyo, vapor. Tapos dew point, magkakaroon siya ng hamog, di ba? So